Hey guys, and welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. Got a little bit of feedback from some people, and been kind of hanging out this week watching my friends do some different things, and some people that are close to me, and will be a little out of my normal armchair character here, and saying that this talk is going to be about get over your freaking self. Okay, what I mean by that in this case is stop dwelling in the fact that you make mistakes and that you fail occasionally. You know, even a Hall of Famer only hits like 3 out of 10, okay, to get into Baseball Hall of Fame. So, why would you think that you're never supposed to fail in anything and everything's a straight shot to the top? I think that failure teaches you more than winning a lot of times, because when we win, we tend to party. When we fail, we tend to ponder. You really have to get to a point where you don't let the fact that you're not perfect stop you from going towards your goals and dreams. You have to get to a point where you realize that just because you fail doesn't make you a failure. Because again, failure is an event, not a person. Also, too, you have to be able to kind of stick to it even when you do fail. Because really, to me, that's kind of one of the tests of being able to deserve to head towards success. If you can't take failures, rejection, setbacks, etc., then you are going to be hard pressed to find a place in this world where you can just ease into it, never have to work hard, never have to make mistakes, never have to accept the ramifications of your actions, and just are going to have this meteoric rise to fame that's just a beeline to the top and nary a detour. Get over your freaking self. Okay? Everybody has problems. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has to endure pains unimaginable at times, because that's all relative to who it is and what you're going through. But it does not mean that you can't make it. It doesn't mean that you're not going to make it. It doesn't mean anything other than it happened. And you now have to get over it and go through it. Facing the fear is 10 times as important as celebrating an easy win. It's one of those things where, when I sit around and I look at people and I think about the things that I've experienced too, if I quit every time I made a failure, hell, guys, I would never be talking to you. I probably wouldn't even made it to age 20, and now I'm more than twice that age. There is something to be said for not taking things so damn hard. Um, I see a lot of people now that seem to be taught that if they make a mistake or they fail or they don't get this, that, or the other, that somehow something's inherently wrong with them. Balderdash, as I say at times, bullshit, as I say at others. There isn't anything necessarily wrong with you just because you're not perfect, that you don't make a straight shot. And I'll give you an example. You do not have to be the top dog to be important. Support and teams and camaraderie can take you a long way. Everybody's not going to be the top salesperson in their company. That doesn't mean the rest of the salesmen aren't, just as useful in helping to support all of that. You're not necessarily going to walk in and be the president of a company, or, with very little experience, so then we get into the entitlement issue, which we'll hit someday. There's a definite plus to having a struggle. It teaches you things that success doesn't. If you always win all the time and it's always easy all the time, you are inherently setting yourself up for a major defeat at some point in your life if you don't learn how to handle adversity and freaking get over yourself. I mean, I have people that think that because they are such and so that they should never have to fail. They should never have to work at anything. They should never make a mistake. That somehow all of this stuff just magically falls into place. Guys, everything that you do has got a consequence. It takes work, and you're going to have to pay for it some kind of way. Whether you pay for it in time, whether you pay for it in money, whether you pay for it in emotional issues, psychological payments, spiritual payments, you've got to pay somehow. Nobody walks through here and gets everything for free. So I guess what I'm saying and saying get over yourself is, even if you made mistakes today, yesterday, all day, get over it, because it doesn't define you. Only you can do that. Only you can define you. Only you can decide what the day is going to bring and what you're going to do and who you're going to be. And if you only wallow in the mistakes and you keep talking about them and harping on them and dwelling in them and living back there, there is going to be no future, because the past doesn't equal the future, as Tony Robbins would say, unless you live there. So I'm asking you to get over your freaking self, stop living in the past mistakes, and get on with your day today. Because you never know. You might be okay today. It might conquer today. And if you don't, then take heart and a good attitude and learn from whatever the hell has happened to you. Just had to throw it out there. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, subscribe if you like me. If you don't, again, that's what search engines are for. So good luck in finding somebody that does click with you. And thank you guys for sharing my armchair.